Many people say it's the greatest of all Hollywood musicals. America's beloved gem, Singing in the Rain, is celebrating its 60th anniversary. This timeless classic will be returning to the big screen where it belongs for one night and one night only this Thursday. We're going to discuss it a little bit further with our film critic here in the Keys, Cheryl Rhodes. Cheryl, thank you for being back on the show today.
Well, thank you, Jenna. It's always fun to talk about movies, and even more fun to see them. We are looking at the 60th anniversary of Singing in the Rain, and according to the American Film Institute, it's the #1 American musical ever made.
Wow.
And it's the 5th greatest American film ever made, so it's a timeless classic. But at the time it came out in 1952, it didn't win any awards. It was kind of a ho-hum movie. It later came to be recognized for all of its entertainment value. It stars the great dancer, singer Gene Kelly, who also co-directed it with Stanley Donen. His sidekick in the movie is Donald O'Connor, and the ingenue who Gene Kelly is wooing is Debbie Reynolds. Debbie Reynolds got her start in movies at the age of 16. She was a little girl from Texas named Mary Frances Reynolds, and she really didn't have any dancing experience. When she started making Singing in the Rain, Gene Kelly, as the choreographer and co-director, he was a hard taskmaster. He was a nice guy, but he really expected people to work, and she wasn't that great a dancer. But it so happened that Fred Astaire was hanging around the movie set, so he took her aside and taught her dance steps and taught her how to dance.
Wow.
And so that's what we really credit it to. And Debbie Reynolds once said the 2 hardest things that she ever did in her entire life was having a baby and doing Singing in the Rain.
Oh, really?
In one scene, she danced so much that her feet actually bled.
Oh, wow.
Gene Kelly, he had a tough time too with the movie, in that everybody remembers that classic scene of him dancing and singing in the rain and swinging from the lamppost and splashing on the sidewalk. Most people think that that was one big take with several cameras, but it actually took them 2 or 3 days to do. And Gene Kelly was actually sick during the whole thing. He had 103 temperature, but he went on, the show must go on, that sort of thing. And the funny thing is to make the rain, it was a mixture of water and milk. And the water and milk mixture caused his suit to shrink. So the more takes they did, the tighter his suit got.
Oh, that's great. That's great.
Kelly, while he didn't get any great accolades at the time for Singing in the Rain, that same year he did the movie American in Paris, and it was nominated, I think, for 6 Academy Awards, and Kelly himself got a Lifetime Achievement Academy Award. He was only 40 years old at the time. Donald O'Connor, he won the Golden Globe as Best Actor for that film, and he had a career. He was sort of a song and dance guy, but most of his movies was a series about Francis the Talking Mule, and he actually lost out on a big part one time because he was sick because he caught some kind of illness from the mule.
Really?
But Singing in the Rain is a wonderful story. It's about the beginning of talkie movies, going from silent to talkies. And the plot is that Gene Kelly is a hoofer who is, the studio makes out that he's going with this famous star, famous silent star, even though it's just for publicity. And she is kind of a goofy woman who has a sort of a squawky voice, and she can't make that transition to talkies because she sounds so funny. She was played by Jean Hagen, and they originally wanted Judy Garland for the role, and Judy Garland had that kind of voice, and Jean Hagen had been Judy Garland's understudy on a stage play, and Judy Holliday recommended her. And so, as it turned out, Jean Hagen got the role as the movie star who couldn't sing, and Debbie Reynolds got the role of the ingenue who could sing. Now, of course, Debbie Reynolds could sing. Her first movies were like Tammy and the Bachelor, and her song Tammy went on to be on the top 10 #1 music singles, you know, for that period of time. She also released albums and stuff like that. I met Debbie Reynolds back in 1968 on the movie How Sweet It Is. Teeny tiny little thing, but sweet.
Oh, that's so neat. Well, and this sounds like such a fabulous movie, and like you mentioned, it is a timeless classic.
And on the big screen.
And on the big screen this Thursday, so it will be playing at the Regal.
At the Regal.
Cinema. Okay, do you know the time?
I'm not sure, but it's probably either 7 or 8.
Okay, 7 or 8, and they can call the
Yeah.
Regal Cinema and find out the time. Thank you, Cheryl, for sharing all of this with us
Well,
this
good.
morning. And hopefully everybody can get a chance to check out Singing in the Rain this Thursday. That's going to do it for me today, everyone, but I'll be back tomorrow morning at 7 a.m. and again at 8:30. Have a great rest of your day.